a man who's going to be known as a GOAT whenever it's all said and done. You know him from Top Gun Maverick. You obviously know him from Twister. Anyone but you. You name it, when he's on the screen, you can't help but say, damn, that guy's incredibly handsome.
Yeah.
Incredibly talented. Incredibly jacked. And somehow still relatable. The star of The Running Man. Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the program, diehard Texas Longhorn fan, Glen Powell.
Yeah, Glen! Thanks for giving a shout out to the Horns. Appreciate you.
Yeah, maybe next year, brother. Maybe, or, no.
You're on game day, man. I'm like, Pat, I thought we were friends. And, I forgive you, but we'll get you this season. I'm gonna get your Horns up this season.
Well, listen. Archie Manning's at the helm. I mean, there is a lot of reasons for me to be a massive Texas Longhorns fan, but also, that's all business. I just think the game, the way it's going to go, Texas not going to be on top, they're going to be on bottom. But a lot of times, hey, I'm like, boys, hook 'em. Let's dive into your world. Okay, we just saw that trailer. You're awesome, dude. It feels like any role you can play, because you're this potential heartthrob rom-com character all the time, legitimately. You could be casted in that for 1,000 of them forever and just look how handsome you are. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And
stop this. Stop this.
Well, I don't know if you can. You wake up and see that face. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you remain as humble as you are. Okay, just forget about that. Take the compliments and then let's move forward. Then obviously Top Gun Maverick is a different animal. Then Twister, different animal. Then it's going to be a completely different. It's like, how much fun was it to do The Running Man? And how do you mentally and physically get ready for all these different types of roles, if that is a question that thespians are supposed to be asked?
I mean, this is one that was really, really fun because, when you obviously sign on to something called The Running Man, you got to learn how to be a runner, and running on screen is its own complexity. You and I are both friends with the greatest on-screen runner of all time, who gave me some pointers. Drive with the knees. But one of the things that I really got to do on this one is really learn how to be out in front of an action movie and be bulletproof. So getting in shape and for all the hits, when you see this movie, I'm taking every hit in the book. I went through it on this one and it's awesome. I mean, the movie just kicks ass all the way through.
Yeah, the trailer's insane. We were very lucky to see it a week or two ago. Then obviously I think there was some final changes before the edit that just ran. It is electrifying. I mean, I cannot wait to watch. And this is the ascent continues for you. For you as an actor, for you as a person, how do you view all these jobs? I think there's a firefighter movie that just got added in to the repertoire. Yeah. How do you feel about all these different jobs? Do you feel like you're in the middle of quite a run right now? This is what you've dreamt of, or do you just view it go ahead?
The only, I love movies so much. I've loved them ever since I was a kid, growing up in Austin. It's I've been doing this since I was 10 years old, and it's finally kind of now just getting traction. And so, yeah, I'm getting to play all these roles that I've always wanted to do. And I'm getting to work with dream directors like Edgar Wright. Edgar has been one of my favorite directors for a really, really long time. Ever since I saw Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz. I mean, this guy's one of the great directors of all time. And this is his sweet spot. He is throwing fastballs in this movie and just crushing it. So I'm just I really think this movie is just designed for the theaters, and people are just going to be, they're going to walk out of the theater ready to run.
The first iteration of this movie was done with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I hope my knees get the message that you just said after watching the movie Ready to Run, because my knees say, don't run every time I start to run. But after watching you, I assume I'll get back out there and run for my life, which is what you were doing in this particular movie. Arnold Schwarzenegger obviously did the first iteration of the Stephen King novel. Yep. Did you talk to him beforehand? I believe there was a blessing from Arnold to you to do the movie, and he actually said back then with the budget limitations versus what's possible now technology-wise, he was excited to watch you. He said that publicly. I don't know privately if there was any convos. And do you talk to any other action stars before you do an action movie?
Yeah, I think look, with Arnold, what was really fun is we did Expendables 3 together when I was, mid-20s, something like that, out in Bulgaria, which is we shot a little bit of Running Man back at the scene of the crime of Expendables, which was kind of full circle. But yeah, Arnold gave us this full blessing. And I mean, that's the really fun part about it is he said, look, I mean, the original Stephen King book is awesome. But, he was like, they kind of took creative liberties and didn't really stick too close to the book. And he's like, you guys could do this way better than what we did. So he said that publicly and has given his full blessing in this movie. And there's a bunch of Arnold Easter eggs in our movie too. So he's given his blessing, and there's if you're a fan of the Arnold, you'll see some of it in our movie.
That's awesome. You're just gonna be running towards a helicopter every time. Okay, I like that. Chopper. Ty has a question for you, Glenn.
Glenn, when it comes to a movie like this, and obviously you've been in like Top Gun, you've been in some of those like really top line movies, but when it comes to doing a remake that a lot of people love, is there any like anxiety or I don't know, like a need to really fulfill what audiences want? Because when this comes out, there's going to be obviously people that love it, but if it doesn't go at like it could, I guess people are going to say, oh, like this should have never been remade. Like this is a pile of shit. I mean, and I don't think that's the case, obviously, with you and Edgar Wright. But is there a sense of like, oh man, I really need to nail this so that whole conversation doesn't get started?
Yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, I learned a lot of that when I was making Top Gun. You learn that there's like a reverence whenever you're taking sort of something that means a lot to people. You have to figure out a way to improve upon it, update it to modern sensibilities, and always try to beat your time, so to speak. And Edgar's like the perfect director for this. I really feel like, again, we had the best team around this thing to really make this thing pop. So, I mean, I'm not just saying this, like we really deliver on this one. So I'm not worried about those sort of reactions. I feel very confident that audiences are going to walk away happy, even the loyalists.
Glenn, I've only known you for a few years. Anything you do,
yeah, gold.
You do well. Yeah. So we are a believer that if Glenn likes the script, it's going to be good. If Glenn's in it, it's going to be good. I think that is a massive compliment to you from all of us that don't know as much about the movies. But obviously, you talked about Top Gun there. Huge, and you talked about running on screen. Huge influence in our life.
Yeah.
I couldn't even imagine yours. Connor has a question.
Yeah, hey, man, we talked to TC, the GOAT, and he kind of dove into his preparation, his acting process when getting ready for a role. Was there anything you picked up from TC, that you've carried along with you over these past few years when getting ready for movies and preparing for specific roles?
I think the thing that I didn't really anticipate is when you take a hit on screen, you're actually absorbing that hit, right? You may not actually be getting hit in the face, but if you're falling over a table, you're falling over a table. If you're falling off a rooftop and hitting the side of a building, that's exactly what's happening. If you're jumping off a bridge and the thing's exploding, like it's happening. So there's a level of beating that you're taking in this movie that I think, we all kind of look at it. When you watch a movie, you're like, oh, like, it's the movies. And then when you're actually doing it, you're like, this shit hurts. And so I think the one thing that Cruise really prepared me for was really just making sure that I was as bulletproof going into that fire as possible. And I really, really appreciate it because I needed it.
Yeah, I understand we're going to the next scene when we're watching a movie. And yeah, I just went through a wall. Yeah, well, look at that. The running man goes through a wall. Wow, let's go to the next scene. I actually went through that wall right there. Like, let's have a moment for when I hit the wall. And then that's what you're saying. Any injuries?
I mean, look, you definitely get some, cuts and nicks along the way, but nothing we can't handle.
Just a little soreness. Not a little soreness, but I assume that did take a little bit to get used to. I can't wait to see how shredded.
My God.
You remember him, where were we at? We were down at the Cotton Bowl, I believe.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Texas, Oklahoma.
he had the beater on.
I did my plaid black tank.
And we were all in. And we were all in flight suits.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were absolutely
so Josh.
Sun glistening. I mean, it was like 1,000 degrees.
Vascularity.
There's so much vascularity.
Yeah.
I mean, you were just so jacked out there. I couldn't even imagine for running man.
Oh God.
I couldn't even. He's going to be just shredded.
Like Arnold.
It's going to be gross.
That's going to be a little Easter egg.
That's one of the Easter eggs.
Yeah, the Easter egg is that you.
Exactly. I stole Arnold's biceps for this movie. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to see that.
Boom.
God, somehow Glen Powell only gets better. Tone has a question for you, Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn, first and foremost, if you can feel it,
Chase it.
hell yeah. Needed that.
Holy shit,
That's
Glenn.
a big moment.
That's his. Yeah, that's a big moment for him, Glenn. That's a big moment.
Oh boy, you have no idea. I needed that. I'm gonna need 5 minutes after this is over too. See you boys later. It feels like Maverick made you want to chase something. I was watching the Blue Angels doc that you produced on Amazon, which was awesome. It feels like you're chasing that cockpit again, so that's really kind of the big question moving forward, because I know Top Gun 3 rumors are out there. When are we getting back in the cockpit?
That's up to TC. I mean, he probably gave you guys more information than I have, but we're definitely moving towards another trip to Miramar pretty soon. So I'm not exactly sure where that'll land me, but it'll. I'm very excited to get back in the jets.
All right, so by the time the movie comes out, November 7th, I believe, 2025,
Yep.
What will we be saying about the Texas Longhorns then?
Well, that'll be post OU. That'll be post Ohio State. We're gonna be moving. That'll be around some really, really big games. So I'm feeling pretty good, guys. I'm feeling confident. Just ran into Sark. We got a hell of a squad. Our recruiting keeps getting stronger and stronger. So as long as I can get Pat's Longhorns high and strong, don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Not gonna do it.
Well, hopefully we cross paths at some Longhorn games this fall. That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, your life. How are you scheduling long-term life? We saw you had 8. At the time of this conversation, you had 8 things in the works. I think you're even writing a movie alongside Judd. I think you got a lot of things happening. And this is obviously, we talked about at the beginning, the dream. But I know all these projects take like a lot of time, and then travel. And I think you were living in Europe for a bit. Who knows? I don't know where you are now. It's like, how do you project what the future looks like? And are you just fully committed to the business? I feel like, Clooney, whenever he was on his run, disappear, gone. Mm-hmm. Leo, and he's gone. TC, gone. Just like out of sight, out of mind, basically, out of life, I think, because you're working. Is it becoming like that for you, or are you still trying to remain a human every once in a while?
Oh, man. Well, the best part is, like, I have my friends. I'm in Glasgow, Scotland. I just had some friends come and visit me here. I'm going back to London. I got a lot of friends shooting in London. I got my family coming out and meeting me there. So even though I can't be back home in Austin, Texas right now, I can have a lot of my friends here. So it always feels like there's home around. So I'm not isolated. I'm not getting a chance to like lose my sense of life and adventure. I take fun weekend trips and stuff like that. So we still have a good time. Like we just went to Bordeaux the other weekend and rented some race cars and just hauled ass through the French countryside. So I'm still living life. I'm still having fun.
Life's pretty good.
Not bad.
Life's pretty good. Yeah, we rented some race cars, went through the Bordeaux country. I didn't even know that was an option. Sweet. Happy to hear that.
And my favorite part is Chad Powers comes out this fall, and so I get to build my entire press schedule around Chad. I get to just live at Texas Longhorn games as part of introducing the show to everyone. So I'm feeling it.
Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing that Glenn signs up for a gig character that they're trying to make him look like an asshole?
Yeah.
Big nose with terrible hair. Somehow, it's going to be a sex symbol.
Oh, yeah. That was good.
Somehow. I have no idea how. Can't wait to watch. Can't wait to see you promote that movie. Can't wait to see how much The Running Man's beloved. All your other projects are going to be smash hits, and we're incredibly pumped and happy for you, man. Sports guy doing great things in the movies. We appreciate the hell out of you.
No, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Obviously, big fan of everything you guys do. And hope to see you guys a bunch this fall. Do it. Keep them up, baby. Keep them up. Don't you dare.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, future GOAT. Incredibly handsome.
Yeah, very handsome.
Charming. And fit. This guy's going to make you go run after watching his new movie, The Running Man. Ladies and gentlemen, Glen Powell. Thank you.
Yeah, Glenn.